In this video, we will take a look at inheritance. Inheritance allows a new class, a subclass or derived class to inherit attributes and behaviors from an existing class, which is a superclass or a base class. This promotes code reuse and the creation of a hierarchy of classes. So let's head over to PyScripter and check it out. Okay, so I'm back in PyScripter. I'm going to clear the interpreter window and I'm going to close down the two Python scripts that are open from the previous video. I'm going to open up a new Python script and remove the default code. I'll zoom in a little to make the text bigger. I'm going to deviate from our point class and switch to animals. I'm going to create a class called animal. I'm going to create a class attribute called origin planet and set that equal to Earth. And we'll create a constructor method in it. And we begin with self, and it takes the name of the animal. Not the actual name of the animal, the name you give the animal, like a pet. We then use self.name and assign that the incoming name assigned by the user. We'll create an instance method called speak. This will just take self, it won't take any other parameters, and it will return that the subclass must implement this method. And we'll look at that in the next video when we look at polymorphism. I'm just putting that in as a placeholder for now. So our animal is going to be our superclass. We'll create another class for a dog, which is a subclass of the animal. So it is going to inherit from the animal class. So you can see here we're using parentheses after our dog class to state it inherits from animal. We're going to create a class attribute called species, and we'll say Canis familiaris. Almost sounds a bit like a Harry Potter spell. We'll create its own constructor method. Self. We will need to use the name from our superclass. We're going to add in an age. You could add in breed and any other attribute for a dog. Self.name equals name, and self.age equals age. We'll create another class of cat, and again this will inherit from the animal superclass. We'll again create a species class attribute. I'll set that to equal Felis catus, and we will create our constructor method. Take self, name, and age again. Forgot the F. Our colon, and self.name equals name, and self.age equals age. Now there's probably a more efficient way to create these. I just want to show you for the purpose of inheritance. We'll create a variable called my dog and set that equal to our dog. We're going to supply in a name of Spot, and Spot has an age of 5 years old. We'll also create my cat, set that equal to our cat class. Our cat's name is Felix, and the cat is a grand old age of 10. Let's print my dog dot Once we click into the dot, we can see we have our age and our name attributes. These are our instance attributes. We have origin planet, which is not in the dog class, but it is inherited from the animal class. And we also have the method for speak, which is not in our dog class, but is inherited from our animal class. So let's print our my dog name, my dog.age, my dog.origin planet, and my dog.species. And we'll do the same for my cat. I'm just going to copy and paste that line of code. And I'm going to copy my cat and paste it in for my dog. Okay, so we're going to print the name, age, origin planet, and the species for our two animals. Along with that, we're going to print my dog.speak, and we will also print my cat.speak. Okay, let's run the script and then talk through it. So we can see for my dog, we got the name Spot, 5 years old, the origin planet is Earth, and the species was Canis familiaris. We then tried to get the dog to speak, but we got that the subclass must implement this method, and we'll look at that in the next video. We got similar for our cat. Felix is 10, from Earth, and is a Felis catus. So we created our class animal, and this was going to be our superclass. We set a class attribute, a constructor method, and also an instance method. We then created a class dog, and this inherited from animal. This means that it inherited the origin planet. It also inherited the constructor function, but we have overridden that with our own constructor function. It also inherits the speak method. So we did not have to use the origin planet class attribute or the instance method in our dog class. And the same goes for our cat class. We then created a dog using the name and age, which is required for the construction, and same with our cat. We then accessed the name and age for both our dog and cat, and we also accessed origin planet and species. Origin planet comes from the animal class, whereas the species comes from the individual cat and dog classes. We then called our animals to speak, but because they speak in different languages, one does little woof and one does little meow, we have not handled that in our dog class or our cat class yet. And we had a message here to say that we should implement them in the subclass, which we're going to do in the next video. In this video, we were introduced into inheritance with classes in Python. We saw that we could have a superclass and that our subclasses could inherit attributes and methods from that superclass.